Okay, this is going to be the final activity we complete here, and here we are going to learn how to create a column chart based upon the sales from this year, the sales of services for this year. Now, when you look at your copy of this, it may say that you use the percentage of sales. That was a typo that I just realized that after I gave the file to you that it needed to be updated. So as you watch the video, just know that this chart up here, when you're looking at my directions, it's going to say a percentage of sales, but what I'm going to show you is going to be the way I actually want it done. So again, I'm human, I'm imperfect, and I made a mistake, so I won't go forward and do it the way it should be done. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, first of all, we are going to create a column chart, which a column chart is basically where you see it's like a bar chart, except bars go left and right and columns go up and down, and it just shows pieces of information compared to each other. Now again, on a column chart and a bar chart, you're wanting to see pieces of information compared to each other, where on a pie chart you're interested to see what each of those pieces of information, what its influence compared to the whole, the whole group, its individual contribution to the whole. So it's a little bit different usage. So let me just go ahead and get started with this and then let you see it. Then I think it'll make a lot more sense. So what we're going to do here is we are going to, and there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. You can select these cells right here, the sales for this year. And again, we're going back and we're using worksheet number 11 to do this. And we're going to insert a chart. So if you're going to insert a chart, you would go ahead and click on Insert. And actually, let me back up on this a little bit. Let me go ahead and select from A7 to B16, because this is supposed to have category names on here as well. And if you select these cells ahead of time, like I've done, then Excel knows exactly what pieces of information to put into the chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to go under Insert, and here you've got this option for Column. And here we're just going to have a 2D column chart. Now on the desktop version of this, you can have 3D column charts, which basically it's just the formatting. It's more of a view from the angle where you could see the front and the side, where here you could only see the front side, so it's two-dimensional. So we're going to select this. And by the way, do notice that there are other types of, there's a stacked column, and then there's this one, which is 100% stacked column, but we want just the standard 2D column. So we're going to click on this, and it's going to create this chart for you. So what we want to do now is, if you look up here, we've created the column chart, and it's got the it's based upon the sales. So what you would want to do is come up here to your chart title, and again, this is one of those things where the desktop version and the online version of this may be a little bit different. But what I want to do is I want to come up under the chart tools and go under the chart tab, and I want to see if it'll let me change my chart title on here. And it definitely will on the desktop version, but on this version it may not. And I'm going to, matter of fact, I'm going to just type up here, and I'm going to see if I type in chart title, and there it is. Okay. So I want to select Edit the Chart Title, because again, I tried to select that with my mouse, and again, on the desktop version I could definitely do it, and I can't really do it on this online version, or maybe it was just me. So what we're going to do is we want to change this to Service Sales this year. And we're going to click OK, and when we do that, you're going to see how the chart title up here changes. Now, because this chart was based upon these cells right here, and it automatically put in the different parts or the axis. See how this goes in increments of 5,000, and it automatically put in it took these cells right here and used these as the category names for this particular, for each piece of data over here. Now down here you have a legend, and you can change this. And in this case, because we only have this based upon one piece of data, we can get rid of this. And down here, this is a legend. And so up here, we could come up under Chart Tools, Chart tab, go under Legend, and we could click None. And it'll take that legend and make it go away. And then the last thing that you would want to do with this chart is you would want to put this chart on a new sheet. Now, this is one of those things where, again, it may not work quite the way I would want it to on the online version. Let's take a look at this. Now, typically, I would right-click this, and it would say Move, and it'll give you an option to select Move to New Sheet. I'm not seeing that here. It looks like we're going to have to do this manually, which that's okay. But again, just to be certain, let's come up here, type in Move Chart. And see, I see inserting chart, but not moving the chart. So that's all right. What we're going to do is I want to come over here. I want to right-click this chart, and I want to go to Cut. And then down here next to Sheet Excel 14, I want to click New Sheet. Click this plus button, and then I want to paste. So I could right-click and go to Paste. And there's the chart. And then I could drag one of these corner handles and make it bigger, just so it's easily read. And then the next thing you could do is you could come down here on the worksheet total, and then you can right-click it, and you can go to Rename, and you want to name this Excel 15. Then you can click OK. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to click, hold, and drag this worksheet tab to the right of 14. And then another thing that you could do with this is to right click on this, and you could change the tab color, and you can make it a shade of blue or green or purple. I don't really care. I just want you to know that these are things that you could do to make these worksheet tabs stand out. So again, this is a column chart where we have formatted, we have changed the title, and we have included the labels that go with this, with each of these, so you'll know what each of these represents. And again, on the desktop version of this, there's even more things that you can do with this. I want to click on this chart. Notice how when you click on the chart, again, you get your Chart Tools Chart tab up here, and you get these options that are available to you. You'll have even more options on the desktop version. We can come over here and click this Format button. You're going to see how this opens up over here, and how you can change different things, change the name of the, which we deleted that anyway. Your vertical axis. In this case, we're not going to do any of these things on the desktop version. You would do it if you were going for certification. We would spend more time on this. But there is a lot that you can do with this. But this is a simple chart, column chart, and you learn how to create a new worksheet and how to copy the chart, or not, as we actually cut it and move it to a new sheet.